Okay, so it's 1:36 p.m. When I shut down the last time, it was 1:05. So I started to say something around there, but I didn't. But anyway, what I'm noticing that's happening now is there's about to be a wave of more people praying for me than the usual against me. So if my strength that I've been able to operate in all this time is powered up by other people with strength and prayers helping me to push forward, and not so much praying for me to fall back or all type of stuff. We'll get into that later. And it's a blessing because those are the things that keep me going, and as I'm able to keep going, and then your energy is able to be inspired to keep going, and that's going to bounce back and inspire me to keep going. Then you got a wave of greatness, and that's just exciting to me. It's so exciting to me. One thing I want to take notes of is Adversity's Triumph. Adversity's Triumph is my spoken word name under Frontline Female, because as a frontline female, I have to be able to conquer through moments. Frontline female is that fighter, that warrior. Frontline female is the queen that's not on her throne and possibly use her crown to kill you. Frontline female is a barrier breaker, a prayer warrior, a strategist, and a consultant. Frontline females, we're nurturers, we're protectors. We are way makers. We're not lazy. We're lovers. We're not naive. We have to refrain ourselves, because if the certain situations arise and wires connect with emotions the wrong way, we are liable to kill you. No. It's okay. Sometimes it's not a bad thing to be referred to as crazy. It's kind of like, well, don't forget that. Don't downplay that. Don't downplay the part that I can get spastic as fuck sometimes. That's sophisticate. Now, sophisticates, spoken word name. I've been going around with that a little bit because at one time I was thinking like Starfire, and then I'm like, no, then I realized that's my sister's name, Bree Starfire. Y'all gotta check her out. She is amazing. She's in Hawaii, and she is a cosplay model. She's just a model, period, but she is gorgeous. She is beautiful. Follow her on IG, Bree Starfire. And then that just kind of seemed too nice for me. Like, I need to be like a flamethrower, like, because I don't even want, like, we got a lot of sophisticated, we got that energy, you know what I'm saying? Even on our good, we coming through with fire on this mic. We gonna get lit up in this bitch. Yes, simply we up in this bitch. Like, it's gonna be like that. So it's gonna be so fun. So I'm still kind of going around with that, because if you know me, you know I definitely don't like to mimic names. That's why my first poetic name over the years, when I first started doing poetry, was Mindstorm, and it was Myndstorm, Mindstorm, because mentally I know how to tap into you. That's just a gift that I have. Mentally, you may feel like you might feel bubbly. You may feel like you've been hit with a motherfucking stun gun. You may be raised to a rage in your mind for fucking and talking with me. I don't know, but for the most part, I try to make you happy. Hey. You might think some things through. And the thing is, like, even with all those different emotions that I may tap into, I know it's a purpose to it. Like, it's purpose for everything, and I might spark something. So I want to say you're welcome. If I ruffled your feathers, you're welcome, because I know somehow it brought out the best in you. Somehow I could just hear a voice in my head, like my cousin Trina, like, you are an asshole. Man, I love y'all so much. I appreciate you all so much. If you fuck with me, if you rock with me, just know it is about to get even more adventurous, but it's definitely amazing. It is a blessing. And I just put that post up. I'm not new to this. This is what I do. Like, if I wasn't built up in this, if I wasn't geared for this mentally, physically, spiritually, rooted, to conquer this. Yeah, it would be hard for me to be 44 going on 45. Like, you don't got this, you don't got that. You know how life go. Dun, 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 dun. Like, I could be really going crazy right now. Like, oh my goodness, what am I doing with myself? I know what I'm doing with myself. I'm allowing myself to develop into the fullness of everything that God has promised me before the foundations of this earth. I felt like I got a little dry. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm allowing the greatness of me to evolve into the promises that are awaiting me, that God has in store for me. He ain't let me down now. As long, I know one of the things that was in my spirit last night. As long as God has my back, I am not worried about what's ahead of me. I've been walking with my Heavenly Father long enough. That's why I don't do religious debates. I know who my Heavenly Father is. Yes, I do pray and believe to Jesus. But you pray and go with what works for you. To me, that's that Bible line. All these religions and stuff clashing. I don't even get into that. It's a lot of stuff I don't get into. Because there's bigger things to be dealt with besides that. Like, how are we going to stop the molestation of our children? And what's going to help cancel out these suicides? What's going to calm mental illness in our community? I don't need a degree to understand that's a lot of foolishness and run amok bullshit going in and around us. Bitch, if you gotta have a degree for that, this is me talking to myself, bitch. And Trump is president, so fuck y'all.